Hi, this is David Bird. I'm recording the second in a series of videos on the Boomi integrations I did for Kiosk. This integration in front of you is the build cross-reference. This builds a cross-reference between products, price books, and Salesforce to items and enclosures in Sage. And so we'll get right into this. The first thing we do is branch, and the first branch is basically a unit of work, and we go out and get the Salesforce products and write them to a file. While we're getting those products, we actually load a product document cache. That becomes important later when we do a lookup. Second piece of work we're doing here is to get price books, and we do basically the same thing. Within there, we actually load to a price book document cache, and at the very end we write out to a directory. In this case, we write to a price book lookup, or product lookup, and a price book lookup. We don't use those files because the data we need is actually stored in the document cache. From there, we take a new connector on a new branch and go out to Sage and get an enclosure, the enclosure data. From here, we actually go through 3 separate maps. First map just takes that enclosure data and puts it to a standardized CSV file. Right now we're only looking for fields here, but these fields will be filled in from other stuff. Close this. We can actually look at the second map for enclosures, and notice the product text file profile 2 is the same that was the target a moment ago, and this is the source and the target are the same profiles. That's because we're just using a standardized file layout to load data as we need it. And if you look here, you will see that we took everything from the date updated and above, which is the standardized layout that we have from Sage, and we bring in the product IDs, and the next map looks identical, except instead of product data, it goes and gets the price book document cache, and loads the price book values. So everything else it brought over from the source, the product information plus the actual layout. And then these last 4 fields we'll look at in another map. And that's basically it for enclosures. For items, I was concerned that about not getting the Cartesian product issue we had. So I split those into 3 separate maps, but in addition, I actually wrote the data out too. So at the end of each of these, you see the data written out. These 3 maps almost mirror what these 3 maps do. And they put out a file that has the connecting Salesforce IDs to the Sage data, and then we stop. And that's basically it for this one. There's another process I'm going to put in another video that shows the data actually going from these files that we've written out here and here to qualify the data and then send it to Salesforce. And that's it. Thank you very much.